Hey, Alexis Love Beauties and Flawless Man. We're going to talk about our message for the month, which is, should I be celibate or abstinent? Now, I actually learned the difference between these words during this message of the month. Celibacy is a term used by a priest that will never be intimate and will never get married. And the reason why some leaders do that is because they want to keep their purity to God in general. At that point, they have realized what they're here for and they need that connection with God. So I believe there is people in this world that will never have sex, that does not want to have sex. It is not just something that they will ever think about. It could be due to religious purposes. So being celibate is usually due to a religion, a certain type of belief, or something that someone is involved in. Being abstinent is just obtaining from, refraining from, being disciplined about a situation. So being abstinent is just a personal decision that someone makes to say, hey, I need a break from doing drugs. I need a break from having sex because I just want to reset or whatever have you. There is a multitude of reasons why someone may decide to be celibate, if that's still the word they want to use, or why someone wants to be abstinent. Some of us may have been inappropriately touched when we were children, and we may not even know where all of these spirits of perversions come from. When we hear spirit of perversion, that is a spirit that is a perverse spirit. It's perversion. It's like kind of like child abuse or like child neglect. It falls in that category. It's perversion, like it shouldn't be. It's uncomfortable. And that spirit comes from, it could have came from us being a child and being, like I said, touched by someone else, or it could have came from being a young adult, getting in contact with the wrong person. So we know that, we believe that people carry spirits. So the moment that we got in contact with the spirit and we became intimate with that spirit, then those are the moments where we, now being abstinent, we can look back on those moments and we can forgive people. We have been in situationships, relationships, toxic friendships. Maybe some of us probably been in three-way relationships, and we have just been taking on that trauma. Having sex causes a lot of trauma, and it's something that you have to take a break from so you can actually sit and reflect and say, what happened? How did this make me feel? Then we're learning about our bodies as we get older, and there's things going on when you're younger, like men experiencing erectile dysfunction, which can come from them having multiple diseases, their brain not even being stimulated by a woman, like they don't have nothing that they're attracted to her about at all. It's just them wanting to do something, and it could just be an underlying health issue. Women have their own issues, like getting pregnant constantly. You can break down your womb and different things like that. So there's a number of reasons why someone might want to be abstinent. In conclusion, I advise everyone to at least become abstinent sometime in your life. Like, we're grown, we know what to do and different things like that. But it's just like, it gives you that clarity, that peace. You're able to separate from people. And I feel like it pushes you more into reality. Sex clouds our judgment a lot of the times. And it's like, that's all we go off of. But that is one of the most powerful and energetic things that we have, our bodies. So we do have to be more responsible with our bodies. If you have never had like an STD or anything or any underlying health complications, that is a blessing. But we still just want to prevent those things in general. Unplanned childbirth is not nice to either person or the child. Being exposed to something is not good. Catching feelings for somebody, and this was just supposed to be a link up, is not good. So you prevent so many different things emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually when you do abstain from anything. Now, again, we are adults, but I just feel like if we learn how to be disciplined in one area, then we'll be learning how to be disciplined in other areas, because I've seen it for myself and it does work. But we have to know that this is one sin at a time. So what you have to do is you have to break down a sin, and you have to focus on that one sin. It might be easier for you to stop having sex, but it might be easier for somebody else to stop doing drugs first. So in conclusion, for the whole month of May, I want us to all just reflect back on that message of the month. It's always going to be pinned on Facebook. You'll have it here in the YouTube community section until it gets pushed down due to other posts. But I want you to look over your life and your experiences and just think about that. Like, how did you feel? What do you think about that? Because your expectations and everything will change. And then also just begin to plan to do that. Like, I want people to try to plan to do that for a month or two and just see what you get out of it. Like, we're all different, so you might not get something or you might not sense something, but we never know if we don't try. So we have to go and try, do something different. It's personal. You don't have to tell people like, yeah, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. You just have to be disciplined. When we learn discipline in one area, we'll be able to take that discipline and apply it to other areas of our lives. And then that is how we begin to focus. Being abstinent helps you to focus. You're able to hear God more, and your life is just more at peace. You don't have those bodies, like we call them. You don't have all those additional soul ties and just other people problems in general. So I encourage you to do your extended research and try to be abstinent in May. Mwah.